Apple released the iPad Air, I think it was October of 2014. It's now just over 2 years later. Should you pick one up? I did. And this video is being filmed before Christmas, and no, this is totally not a completely veiled attempt to purchase a Christmas present for my son, maybe. Today we're gonna take a look at the iPad Air 2 and determine if, 2 years later, if it's still a good, useful product. So let's get started. Yes, going ahead and throwing it out there. This is going to be a Christmas present for my 7-year-old. He's had the iPad Mini 2 for I think 2 years now. It was a 16 gig model, and still to this day, the iPad Mini 2 is a fully functional, very useful device, has great battery life, has a great screen. It doesn't have Touch ID, but he uses it day in and day out to play video games, except he can't use it while we're on the go, and he can't really ever put new games on it because he's constantly got it full. The iPad Air 2, we actually picked this up on Black Friday. It's the 128 gig cellular model, and we managed to find a super cheap data plan from Straight Talk, so while we're on the go, he can actually play Pokemon Go on this, he can play any of his other connected games on it, and when he runs out of data, he runs out of data. That's it. It's unlimited, I think, but it goes back to super duper slow speeds after that 4 gigs is used. Now, in terms of just everyday usability on this device, as you can see, I don't have a huge amount on here yet. I mean, if we go in here and look at the storage, I've got 112 gigs available, 9 gigs used, which means there's loads and loads of space on here for him to put whatever games he wants. And for this video, I tried to put together a list of games that I thought he would play and some games that I thought were a little bit more intensive, some games that would just eat it up a little bit. So of course you start off with Minecraft. He actually does play a load of Minecraft, and you'll find out when you come in here and you hit play. Turn this down because it's actually got very nice speakers. It's not got the 4 speakers like the iPad Pro has, but it's got enough. And now we're in the world. And as you can see, we're easily able to move around. We can interact with things. I'm not a huge fan of the Pocket Edition of Minecraft, I'll just be real honest here. But I mean, it's playable, it's fine. And actually this, compared to his iPad Mini 2, is a significant upgrade. So it's gonna appear to be a lot faster for him, which is great. But you can see we're moving around and it's a very smooth, very easy to do experience. So that's definitely a big plus. Then you've got games like Monument Valley. Absolutely love this game. I saw a deal on it a while back, so I picked it up, played through the entire thing in like a couple of hours. Haven't played through it on this device yet though, but as you'll be able to see here, it's, you know, it's not a hugely demanding game, but it plays just fine. It's smooth, it's fast, everything's fluid. I can do multiple things at the same time. It's a very nice experience. Then you've got a game like Stack. This really depends upon your reaction time. So, you know, back and forth. This is kind of like a little arcade game, but it's got beautiful graphics. And I'm not very good at it. But you can see everything's going nice and smoothly. And because of the device size being a little larger than the iPad Mini, it's pretty easy to play. Yep, and then you start spazzing out and lose. But that's okay. So yeah, definitely not a bad experience there. Of course, you've got Super Mario Run. I don't know if I'll be leaving this on here because it does require a constant connection. It is going to sit there and eat through data. But I just thought since it's a brand new game, it might be worth trying it out on here. The loading time took a little bit there, but I'm sure that's just making the connection. If we go in and just look at the tour, play through one of the levels I've already done. And here we go. Everything's smooth and good sound. So yeah, this is going to be an excellent addition. Then you've got a game like Goat Simulator. Again, I already looked at this very briefly, but there's loads and loads of options in here. This has changed quite a bit since the last time I played it on previous devices, but let's just go in and take a look at it. So we are the goat in the Goat Simulator. We'll go ahead and get our jetpack on. There we go. Oh, and now we're jetpacking. But I mean, even with this game, you know, it's a little bit of an older game, and it's still going just fine. Oh no! There we go. Yeah, I'm not very good at I don't know if anybody's really good at the game, but again, so far, the bit that I played this off camera and everything, it's very smooth. It's working out just fine. And then we'll try a racing game. This one actually was very highly rated on the store. I've never played this game before, so I don't know how it's gonna go. And I think the biggest thing about any of these games is gonna be the loading time. Since it is an older tablet, it is going to take a little bit of extra time, but it's for a kid. What does it really matter if it takes a couple of seconds longer? Yeah, that actually did take quite a little while. Hopefully that's just a first time startup kind of thing, but it took about 30 seconds. So far this intro cinematic is very nice. It's very pretty and playing smoothly, but it's a cinematic, you would expect that. So tap the pedal, move the needle to the green zone. Yeah, I'm not really sure how to play this game. I guess when it hits the green, I've got to hit the plus sign. Again, the game looks beautiful. I didn't have to do anything. And that loading screen was not that bad. It was just like 3 or 4 seconds. Anyway, not going to spend a huge amount of time on that. And then this is a game that Duncan plays an awful lot, and he probably shouldn't, but he has fun with it. He saw it played on YouTube and he wanted to play it himself, so there we go. It's Slash Mobs. And it's basically Cookie Clicker, but with mobs. You just tap things. And I will admit, I played this on my own a little bit, and that's how I know how to play it. Player. Update. Heroes. You can get heroes. But anyway, this game is not hugely demanding. I mean, once you get to super high level and you've got all of your heroes and everything up here, it might slow down a little bit, but I've seen his iPad mini 2 handle this game with no problem, so it's not going to be an issue. So yeah, not to take entirely too much time on this, but let's just go ahead and suffice to say, overall, even though this is a 2-year-old device, Apple has continued to update it, so it's still receiving the latest and greatest updates as soon as they become available. The games and apps that my child is going to want to play do work just fine on here. There are a few of them that might have slightly longer load times because, again, newer games are taking advantage of the newer hardware, but in terms of the playback, the actual general day-to-day usage of it, still perfectly fine. And then when you put on top of that the fact that it does have that SIM card slot available, he's going to absolutely love this. I was able to pick this up with a case, which I think we may take a separate look at in a different video. I think it was $560 on Black Friday, with 128 gigs of storage and a cellular SIM slot, which is significantly cheaper than it was at launch and a whole lot cheaper than getting the Pro would have been. And he's still getting an amazing experience that's quite a bit of an upgrade from his previous tablet. So the point of the video here is just, if you're in the market for a new tablet, if you're in the market specifically for a new iPad, don't think that you have to get the Pro model because you need all these brand new features. And the Pro model does offer some great features, but the iPad Air 2 is still a great option. And that's where I'm going to wrap it up for today. I'll put links to where you can find this down below. I'll see if I can find a really good deal on it or something. But thank you guys, as always, for watching. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if you like this video and subscribe to receive all the videos I make as soon as they become available. And I'll see you again next time.